Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations, where we get to the second part of our trial with Larry Butts now on the stand, the psycho lock, as Edgeworth calls it. Still standing, we look to basically drag it out of him in testimony. Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination with no touching thank you. The whipping everywhere. We can delve into other details at a later time. And so, what did Larry see? Well, we've already found one problem with the statement, and that's the fact that he met no one, saw no one near the bridge. I think this is an easy one to start off with. I was at a lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. Are we presenting Phoenix, or are we pressing this? Because he definitely saw someone.
Objection!
Larry Butts. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry! But having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. Wah! You're totally pinning this on me! Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. Well, that reality will not change. But what do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testify truthfully about this one issue, is all I need from you. Edgy, I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. You were anyway, weren't you? Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? What I saw, part 2. I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. It's an interesting picture. I looked out the window. That's some very thin bedding as well in that cold weather. And Dusky Bridge was on fire! There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burnt out. Like almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry, it's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. I never know with that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. It's a fair statement, to be honest. Lucky or unlucky? What do you consider him to be? I went to the shack at around 9, so it should have been around 10:30 p.m. that this happened. That's a bit early.
Hold it!
What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half? Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess. Excited? Dare I even ask? I set the meeting time as 10 p.m, correct? But I couldn't wait. I thought she might come early too. Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they? Shut up! Don't go picking my fond memories apart! Anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so I went out to the bridge. I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. This light was, of course, lightning. Like, kapow! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Ah! Or a little like that. Wow, that's more like a punch from Miranda. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so... I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire!
Hold it!
Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well, from the fire in my heart. And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge? Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But it pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, witness. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out.
Hold it!
You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? The lightning fell and then the bridge caught on fire. Maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far is this small shack you were in from the bridge? Hold on, well, it had pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about 5-minute walk? And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I'd recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him for a little more info? Why not? Why didn't you call... Oh, okay, specifics. Why did you go to the bridge? Well, he went to the bridge because of the fire, so let's ask why he didn't call anyone. He was right next to a phone if he's next to the bridge. Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay, a reason. My reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay? I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later. Well, that's completely false. We know that the murder took place at 10, 11, or at least the bit where Phoenix stood on her. Now, do I have anything to support that? I don't know if I do. But this is what we're after, so maybe I should press first. Too bad we don't have like something like a testimony here. No, this is it, but I don't know what I'm really getting at. You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright? Yeah. I thought I'd better tell someone about this, but then Nick came up yelling about murder. It totally made me forget about the bridge. The fire was pretty much out by then anyway. What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. It was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct? Yeah, that's pretty much it, more or less. He told me about the burning bridge yesterday. There's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Uh-oh, that's definitely what we're presenting. It's definitely to that. It's what? The bridge had almost burned out as 10:15. If you got there 5 minutes after the shock, it would be 10:50, which is before he actually went. And you're saying he got there at 10:51. Is this what I'm presenting? The times don't match up. The snow stopped at 10:50. Is it the weather data again? I'll take the penalty.
Objection!
Your very existence being a contradiction, I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. Hey, Edgy, you make me sound like some sort of alien! But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. It very much is. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 PM. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. So the problem is that if you wasted 5 minutes from 10:45, then it's 10:50. Then it becomes 10:55 because it took him 5 minutes to get there. And that's also when the snow has stopped, and he said he didn't leave till the snow has stopped. 1 minute then breaks at 10:56, which Phoenix was not there by. And his own statement of testimony said that Phoenix got there at around 10:15, because of course it takes 50 minutes to walk from the main place to the thing. The thing happened at 11, 10:15 is when the fire burned out, 11:15 even. Can you see where this is going? Time frame's completely out of whack. Meaning you probably got there at around 11 PM. That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What did you mean? 11 PM is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Last Wright was still there, in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Excuse me, I have an objection. You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Laristo Nim. It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 PM. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. But there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 PM. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15. Which means, what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until... after the flames had died down. I thought it was a whole new statement. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 PM. But Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15 PM. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes? I feel like I just got brutally woken up by toilet splashback. I guess I was still sleeping after all. Pinch me! Toilet splashback. A horrible thing. Makes you feel gross as anything. So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Well, the snowmobile thing is probably an issue. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes and there is a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Yes, witness, why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. But this is Larry we are talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy, I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought, you've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Now this is the thing. Was Larry hiding things to make him, like to keep Iris out of danger? Or was Larry hiding things, dare I say it, because they make him sound like an idiot? Because that seems like a Larry kind of thing. He's had bad times with Trials. Yes. I may really say it this time. Everything. Kiaha! Then say it. Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however. Let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? The missing 15 minutes. Tell us all. I'm a Diggs Nim. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out and then he came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sound of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honour. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did you think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. Ha ha. You'll regret this, Edgy. I may do. He's still trying to hide things, because of course we did not get any psycho locks. I'm a day's nim. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing?
Hold it!
Being an idiot? Being Larry Butts. Tell us, Larry. My name is Maurice, get it right! Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Yeah, this is how I'd reply. Just who exactly are you? I'm Maurice Nim, apprentice extraordinaire. That's what he calls himself in any case. Then you are an artist? Of course, I'm an artist, the real thing. Yet again, that's what he calls himself. Names mean nothing. There's only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing? That is a very big issue indeed. Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art.
Hold it!
Sketching the burning bridge. The burning bridge and everything that came with it. Can I see this? What came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. That sketch of mine is... Yeah! Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there. You gotta look at it, because that's what he's hiding, most likely. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch. Please. Well, well. Even I couldn't have imagined it'd turn out like this. Imagine what? And Maurice Nim's debut would take place here today. Like this. Ouch! Show it! Now! Okay, but still yourselves. This is the world of Maurice Nim. It's very abstract. Well... So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma? Yes, well... It's a better drawing than I expected. Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those frames, I really did! Yes, I'm sure you did. This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. The flaming woman in the sky. A woman based on hair. Not assuming gender of flames, honest. It could be a long flowing man, but the skirtish kind of thing, the clothes. At first glance, that's what your mind brings up, but no one has the courage to bring it up. But obviously we will. This mysterious flying object. Larry? What? The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate looking figure? Ah, you spotted that? I thought you might. However much I might want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course. Iris! I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for our future, you know. What are you on? What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that? People don't fly, people don't fly. Larry, please, answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant? Flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. You... Hi? What? Really, they asked that? Did they honestly ask that question? The girl, she's really high up in this picture. Oh, I see. They didn't ask that, but they did ask that, but they didn't ask that. By combining it with other people. The judge is just going, hi, the girl, she's really high up in this picture. Basically, the judge, that combined to say what we're really thinking, but we don't want to say, you know. What was that for? This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there is some precedent for this. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth. What? Me? Well, we've been given a task to bring Larry back down to sensibility. If that can happen, I'd be amazed. Join me next time for more Trials and Tribulations, as the real question about Larry finally got asked. See you next time. Bye-bye.